guys, my name is Leo. Welcome to Cars at 100, and today on Cars at 100 we have a CUV or SUV, small utility vehicle by Toyota. It's a 2018 Toyota RAV-4, very popular vehicle. Let's go over it, let's check it out from inside, outside, and see all the features. I'm gonna put all the information in the description box about the leasing company that this car was provided from. So let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead. As you can see, this car has a very interesting design. This design has been changed for a couple of years now, and it's a very interesting looking car. I really like these lights. You see this design here, it's very cool, goes inside the headlight. Xenon headlights, very good visibility at night on the road, very important for this type of vehicle. It's a family friendly vehicle, and this fog light housing here very interestingly integrated with a chrome and theme of chrome, and the color is very interesting on this car. I like this badge, very 3D looking, very good quality of this grille here. Like I said, this design has been on the market for a couple of years now, but it's really cool looking car. I like these wheels. These are very good looking wheels. They are alloy wheels. It's 65 tread wear of the tires, so very good off-road. If anybody want to take this car off-road, really cool. 225 17-inch wheels on this car. You get mud flaps with this car as well. After all, it's a all-terrain vehicle, kind of a small type of vehicle. It's really good. You get the turn signals on the side mirrors as well. You have a keyless entry and keyless start. Also, we're gonna go over that soon when we're gonna start accessing this car. And overall, this design of this car is really good. A very good quality on the headlights and the tail lights here as well. Very interesting design here. This is LED tail lights on this car. They look very sexy. This is XLE type of the vehicle of the RAV4, which is all-wheel drive. Of course, this is a SUV type of cars, so this RAV4 is really good for that as well, for everyday usability, family-friendly vehicle. And let's not waste any more time and let's hop inside. So in order to access this vehicle, you have this very interesting looking, it's a good looking Toyota key fob. You have a key here by pressing this button. You have a lock, unlock, very straightforward. You have a hold for panic, and logo of Toyota in the back. You can just keep this key in your pocket, and you can lock by pressing this Regi area here, and unlocking by having a sensor here on the back of this handle and unlocking the vehicle like that. And as you can see, very interesting design on this car. Even though why I'm saying this is you get leather here, you don't get leather on the seats, but it's not bad, because this is a very rugged type of vehicle, and I think these seats, if they were leather, I think it wouldn't match this car as good as it is with the cloth seats. So it's pretty good. Door cards, in terms of the door cards, I like this plasticky material here. You have a rubbery feel on the back of this handle, which is kind of like very comfortable to grab on and to close the door, and at the same time you have a very soft material. So this is a hard plastic, but I don't think you'll be touching here often, so that's good. Overall quality is really good. I like these buttons. Only automatic up and down window for the driver, not for the passengers, so you can get everything. This car is not fully loaded, but you can option and you can get many different things with a fully loaded car. Overall, I think it's a very good interior. Let's hop inside. Okay, so we are sitting inside this RAV4, and what I can tell you right away, that this car is very comfortable, but it is not just for comfort as well. This is a very interesting vehicle. RAV4 has been on the market for a very long time, and people respect this car, and there is a reason for that, because this car really points all the good features that it has. I like the speedometer and tachometer in front of you here, and it has a very interesting 3D type of feel into it. And let's see how this car starts and what it's all about. So by pressing the brake, the usual procedure, and you press this start button, and very interesting design of the video in the middle there. And as you can see, you have a very interesting information in the middle of the tachometer, between tachometer and speedometer, which is very useful in this car. You can manipulate that by pressing controls on the right of the steering wheel. Here you have also the features like cruise control here as well. You have a Bluetooth controls here, very comfortably laid out steering wheel. Everything is close to your fingers, and it feels quality, even though this car is not that expensive. And this is what I always appreciated about Toyotas. They give you this quality even though the cars are not expensive, and I really appreciate that. And also you have a dual climate control in this car, which is very useful for people who travel a lot and use this car every day, and for the small families as well. It is a comfortable feature to have. Infotainment system is really good as well. You have an audio, apps, home button here, which is very good laid out. Everything is in your face, and everything feels comfortable when you touch it. Everything feels like it's in a good fashion, made with good engineering, and everything is a type of feel that everything has its own unique feel to it. So if you tune the scroll button, it's different. If you have volume button, if you turn the volume button, it's different. So everything has its own feel to it. You also have this feature here, which is a very interesting kind of a different type of approach for Toyota. You have vents here as well, unlike any other car that has vents on the side and in the middle too. You also have one more here, which is really good, so extra vent there. You have a USB and aux cable in here under the dashboard. Also you have a 12-volt power outlet here. You have a sport and eco mode here, which is very good, so you can manipulate the way this car feels and how this car drives. So in sport you're gonna have a very sensitive throttle mapping, where you can press a little bit on the gas and this car will go much faster than in an eco mode or even in regular mode, normal mode. You have a very good transmission in this car. You have a sport mode by putting the gear all the way to the drive like this and to the left, and you can manipulate gears yourself. Very interesting feature also if you want to manipulate gears yourself. You have a manual handbrake here, comfortable. It feels rubbery. It's not leather. Leather is here. It's a leathery type of material rather than leather. And also you have a section for a middle section here where you can store maybe coins perhaps or something, paperwork. Also you have a second feature where you can press this. There are two buttons here, and each button is presses different section of the rear section here. So if I press the second button, it opens up the more deeper section of the this storage here. Also quality of the seats really good. These seats are the type of seats that probably gonna last some time. The only thing that with these with cloth seats you have to be careful with, if you spill a coffee or any drink, you're gonna have to steam them to take the stains out. So in this case it is not so good, but this is very good in winter and in summer. You're not gonna feel leathery material being too hot in summer or too cold in the winter when you hop inside this car. So there are pluses and minuses to this, and I think it's more comfortable than any other seat, and this feels really good. It feels like you're sitting at home in your chair or in on your couch. It's very comfortable sitting position, and these seats are really good. So overall I really like them. So speaking of visibility in this car, I would say that visibility in this car is really good. This car is almost missing all the blind spots except the rear quarters in the back there, and they also are kind of covered by this headrest on the back seats. But still, you know, this car I feel is gonna be very comfortable. You have a rear view camera, so if you put the gear in reverse, you're gonna have a rear view camera, which is kind of a projector lines, projecting lines where your car is gonna be going towards. So very good feature as well. Speaking of the menus in between the tachometer and the speedometer here, you have many features like after refuel, you have eco indicator, you have kind of a G meter, which is very interesting for this type of vehicle, and torque split. I think this is more of a torque split also, and the G meter is in the middle there with the red circle and then a green type of a targety circle there. Also you have here sway warning, so if the car sways and person is tired, this car will warn you of that. Very interesting, very nicely integrated here. I remember how Mercedes-Benz used to have this back in the day, and now Toyotas come with it, so very good feature. Also you have here audio by pressing right and left, so you get different features like audio, lane keep, messages about the car. You have a different safety features of the car which you can turn on or turn off. So very good comfortable way to give you the features in this car. So overall I like it. So as you can see right now, I'm sitting on the driver's seat of this Toyota RAV-4 2018 version of the car, and it is I gotta tell you, it is very comfortable sitting position here. Everything is in the reach, nothing is too far, nothing is too close. I feel that everything makes sense in this car. This is the type of vehicle that everything is there for a reason, and it is a good thing. You know, it is not something that is boring or something in your face. It's more of a like, it is gonna be very quality also based, because you know you're gonna appreciate how everything is laid out and everything feels so comfortable, and you're gonna feel nice over the time by using this car. And I think it's very important to note this. Gear lever is in your reach. You have one cup holder here, one cup holder here, so you also have the storage bin here and the rubbery material over here where you can store your phone perhaps, or the coins. They're not going to be sliding around. This is very comfortable as well. You have a dual climate control like I mentioned before. Also overall, this car you can manipulate the steering wheel. It is tilt and telescopic steering wheel, also very comfortable for tall people or short people. This car gives you lots of accessibility, and it gives you many different features which you can use. This what I really appreciate. Even though this car doesn't come with navigation, you have the special app in this car that you can connect navigation through your phone to this car. So there is no compromise with this car. You have a storage here as well, which is rubbery as well. You have a glove box, which is a good size. It is pretty a deep glove box, to be honest with you, more than X5, which is, for me, for this type of vehicle, it is pretty good. So overall I would say that this car is really nice. You have cup holders here where you can of course store cup holders, or many different documentation if you have you know, if you want to do so. But also I really like the feature where you can manipulate between sport mode and eco mode. Sometimes you want to have this car to feel a little more sporty than the, you know, regular mode, or more economical in eco mode than a sport mode or regular mode. So this is really good as well. Very good option there as well. So I think Toyota has nailed this car in terms of how this car approaches its marketplace, and this car is very popular. Now I realize why. Okay guys, I'm sitting on the passenger seat in the back of this 2018 Toyota RAV4, and I'm sitting behind myself from the driver's seat, and I think it is lots of room here, lots of headroom, which is kind of unexpected for this type of small SUV, kind of a CUV type of vehicle, and lots of legroom as well. Very comfortable seating position, and I feel that this car feels that it is built solidly, it is built with quality, and this is big deal. And I think this is the most appreciative, in my personal opinion, about this car. I feel that this car is something that is gonna last you a long time, and even though it's most of the people gonna take this car as a lease, it's gonna be very reliable. You're not gonna have any problems with this car, once again because it's Toyota, but also because of all the quality here. Overall, I really like this interior. You can drop down these seats and you have more space in the back of this car, which is really good. Okay guys, let's check out the trunk space on this SUV. You have a floor mats that come with this car here, and as you can see, it's a huge box and it fits very well in this car. You have a very good optional rubbery material for the floor of the trunk here, which is really good. If you spill something in the back of this trunk, you also have this material where you can close certain things off in the back of this car. If you have something in the trunk, very comfortable as well. You can drop down these seats. So this SUV is like almost like a hatchback type of SUV. I always looked at these RAV4s this way, and I feel like this is a very good comfortable car for the small families that gonna travel a lot, perhaps have 1 or 2 kids, and this trunk is really roomy as well in terms of that, and it's gonna be very good for the people who are gonna use this trunk and who gonna spend time every day in this car. Okay, let's check out what's under the hood of this RAV4. A little latch there, and this is that 4-cylinder engine by Toyota that produces 176 horsepower and 172 pound-feet of torque. This is 2.5 liter engine, inline 4, and it's a plenty for this type of vehicle. It has a towing capacity of under 2,000 pounds, under 1,500 pounds to be exact, and it's a very reliable engine and very economical, having 26 miles per gallon combined.